Hey, what's going on, guys? Uh-oh, I'm wearing red. You know what that means. Sell everything! Nah, I'm just joking. Or am I? Who knows? I don't know. There's a lot going on since I last spoke to you guys. And I must say that being a bear, it's not for the faint of heart. They have that saying, bears sound smart, bulls make money. And being a short-term bear, I can say that is extremely true, especially with this day of devaluing our money and the fiat. The only way to combat the reckless money printing and the inflation that takes no prisoners is to stay invested. So to time these dips is extremely difficult because, again, you zoom out, it goes up and to the right, the market. More specifically, onto today. Let's look at the profile. I'll post it over here and you guys can follow along like always. Maybe I'll do some trades. There I am. I did take 135K out recently. So my portfolio has been flat for the past over a month, I would say. I took out for taxes and I took out a bunch to buy the dip on crypto. I loaded a shitload of Chainlink. And if you look, everyone is running with their heads cut off because the Palantards and the hood rats are getting destroyed. But for people paying attention, look at what's happening with crypto. Let's switch to Coinbase very quickly. Here. So look at that. You guys not see what's going on? The great rotation has begun. You can't have a proper crash, as I told Twaddler in Discord, and I think he agrees with me. You don't have a proper crash without first pumping crypto, causing euphoria, and then using them as exit liquidity. Matt Damon 2.0, fortune favors the brave. And look at this. You have the Nasdaq and the S&P down like 2% and 1% each, and then you have Bitcoin up, but that's not the story. The real story is Ethereum is up. A lagging piece of garbage that people are just fed up with. The Link Marines have all sailed away. Their submarines have sank and they're gone. And I was trying to tell people on Twitter, this is an opportunity to accumulate for real life changing money. I got a lot of fills on Link in the 15s, 14s, and a little bit even in the 13s. The moderator, Love of Profit, I hope he's prepared for volatility, but he has actually followed me on my Link trade. Out of 100 people I've told, no lie, whether it's in real life or on Discord or on Twitter, some work associates that actually followed me, and then I think Love of Profit might be the first online person that has followed me. Not even my YouTube subscribers have followed me on Link. Not you guys, I mean. And now I feel partially responsible. But this gives me even more conviction. I was at 98% conviction, now I'm at 100% conviction that yes, I am correct. And Link and the whole digital asset, new money system, that whole fiasco, that new PSYOP, is going to be a narrative in the not too distant future. And make no mistake, just because we are potentially moving to a new money system, and with Chainlink acting as the oracle of blockchain where everything is tokenized, Nasdaq is tokenized, credit card payments are tokenized, everything is tokenized. Just because that's true, and it will be true, mark my words, that doesn't mean we're going to the moon and it's just going to keep going up. They can pump and dump anytime they want. And they're going to use this narrative of the new money system to pump shit like crazy. But they make money on the up and on the downside. And it'll be easier for them to manipulate crypto. Just remember that. So set your targets. But again, so going back to the stock market and going back to my bear journey, which I don't plan on doing anytime soon again. In the past month, I went from up 20K on my long puts, or puts, as Sebi would say, to down 40K, and then fast forward in just the past 2 days, now I'm up 10K again. So up, down, up, down, up, down. And I kind of want off this roller coaster. I took a little bit of profits, if you guys look at my orders. Yes, okay, so if you look at this, I sold a December. This is a long put, remember. I'm gonna do a little exposition so people can jog their memories. I sold this Nasdaq QQQ put, expiration December 19th. I sold it for $1,900. And I'm just scaling out a little bit because the theta decay is just way too much and I'm tired of getting theta decayed out. I sold a Palantir put This means I bet that a Palantir will be below 180 by December 19th, 2025. And again, I don't have to wait till December 19th, even though it says contract. I just sold it today because I'm up a little bit on it. And this is a lot of theta decay as well. So I sold that for $18.75. And I sold a bunch of stuff today. I sold, if you look at all these, this. So they call this tails. It's like way out of the money strikes because I'm getting theta decayed, right? Because I'm long puts and I'm losing value every day. So to curb that a little bit, I'm selling what they call put tails. So way out of the money strike. This means I bet that you will be above 360 by December 19th. And they gave me $31. And even though I'm short the Nasdaq, I'm not that short the Nasdaq. And that's where you hit that sweet spot where, yeah, it's gonna go down, but it's not gonna go down that much. And I still get max profit on both sides. I sold some SPY puts, same concept. I like the number 420. This is, I bet that the SPY will be above 420 by December 19th. Sold 2 of those and they gave me $28. And if I'm wrong, I get assigned 200 shares because it's 2 contracts at 420, which I'm actually okay with that because they're gonna pump it up again. But again, this is to just offset some of that theta decay in my long puts. And I did all sorts of trades today. I bought more Intel, I bought SPET, Love of Profit, LOP, he introduced me to this. Even I should know this, but I just totally forgot that there is a chain link ETF. And instead of withdrawing from my brokerage, my Schwab brokerage, now I can just buy Link through here. The only problem is the volume is absolutely horrible and the fills, the spreads is bad. But it's still nice. That way I don't totally have to keep withdrawing and going to Coinbase. So I bought Intel, I bought Coinbase, I bought BMNR, and yeah. And I don't know, the Euro session, the Euro pours closed out, they panic sold, but right after the Europe trading session closed, we did a little V-shape, but now we're kind of giving it back. So what's my outlook? I don't know. It's a little bittersweet, the government shutdown, which me and my coworkers have thoroughly enjoyed because we've been doing jack shit. Yeah, we haven't been getting paid, but people should have some sort of savings. And you know, there's plenty of other outlets you can use your credit cards, and as long as you pay off the balance, you don't get charged any interest. They were offering credit union loans and so on and so forth. So anyone who, it's a kind of a wake-up call because government employees are so used to getting paid and never having to save for a rainy day because it's almost impossible to get fired as a government employee. It's a wake-up call. Nothing is ever guaranteed in life. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, you gotta Dave Ramsey that shit. Word on the street that they're coming up with a bill to vote on for at least a soft reopening, because I think yesterday or earlier this week we officially hit the longest shutdown in the country's history, which, you know, Trump, he's all about the biggest and best, so he wanted that record set again. But I expect, and we have airlines, since there's not enough air traffic controllers, flights are getting canceled, and we're coming close to the holidays. So even though Trump and the Republicans are dickheads, they're not gonna ruin, because they gotta fly too, they're not gonna ruin their own flight plans for Thanksgiving and such. I expect the government to reopen imminently, maybe next week, probably, or the week after at the very, very latest. And plus CPI is next week. I don't know which way that's gonna go. That's always a wild card. But that is probably the narrative they're going with of why we're dumping today. Plus, we had Michael Burry reveal his short against the Palantards. We touched 222 during Palantir earnings earlier on this week, and it dumped promptly after. Now that's a bad rug pull. I mean, but Palantir people, like if you didn't take any profit on this ridiculous move for the past couple of years, you have no one to blame but yourself. I saw this one post go viral. It's like, this is the last chance to buy Palantir under 200. We're going 10x from here. Man, the delusion, the greed is real. I am short Palantir. If you guys look at here, I'm up $2,000 on my Palantir short. And I'm not up that much because Palantir and me I can't make money on Palantir. I didn't make money on its rise up. I probably won't make money on the move down. So that's why I didn't go crazy with it. Let's have bad luck. And I have PLTZ, which is an inverse short Palantir ETF. This actually has less theta decay than I thought it would. And I took a little bit of profits on my Palantir short. I do think it touches 160. You know, as I'm talking to you guys, I'm not quite sure. It's so hard because one tweet from Trump or one Truth Social post or even Speaker Mike Johnson or anyone, they can V-shape this shit anytime, and then I lose all my short profits again. But we'll see. What I'm waiting for in particular, going on to Tesla, is that we had the Tesla shareholder vote. I did not watch it at all, because why aggravate myself? I've been pissed off every time I tune in for a Tesla event. And holy Ozempic, man, Robin Delholm going heavy on the Eli Lilly. Jeez, it's like she shed half a freaking person. Wow. Good for her, I guess, but who knows what the after effects of Ozempic are. But all I needed to know is that yes, we had a 75% vote for yes, Elon's new comp plan, and I still don't get anyone who voted no. He doesn't get $1 trillion out of nowhere. It's not gonna dilute the shit out of us. The way it's structured, he only gets paid if he reaches this ridiculous milestones with Tesla, and then any current Tesla shareholder moving forward gets rich as well. So if you voted no, you're a virtue signaling leftist douchebag. That's all I gotta say about that. And I did predict that would be a sell news event because we had a huge run up prior to the shareholder meeting. We touched 460, 470. There was no way that something that it was widely known to go through, that it was gonna pass yes. There wasn't gonna be a pump right after. So I know you guys are disappointed. I'm still very long Tesla. And I'm waiting, as I'm thinking about it, I'm waiting for Tesla to touch that very important support at 370 before I close all my long long put options and all my shorts and stuff. Because just think of the insider scumbags. What are they trying to do? They always want to get in cheaper. They always want more profits. They don't want to pump it more so that retail can join the ride. They want to shake people out from the tree. And they need to get positioned at 370, not here at 450 or wherever the hell we're at right now. And if I'm wrong, it's okay. I'm still hella long on Tesla. And that's why I've had some mental clarity these past few weeks. It's been a nice break. The government shutdown, not being stressed out with mouth breathers at work, combined with my hedges in place that, like today, normally I'd be freaking out that my portfolio's tanking. And I'm actually still red despite my over 100K position in shorts. Because Tesla did take a shellacking. I'm down 25K on Tesla alone today. But my hedges have offset that greatly. So I do see finally the value in hedges. I typically don't go long put options. I would say that even if I lost all my profits on hedges, it was more than worth it. Because I had that, I wasn't emotional and I wasn't doing irrational decisions. And yeah, it's good because I can be an emotional bitch just like the rest of them. I did a short exposition on VIX, but I'll repeat myself. So VIX, the VIX is a volatility index. And this is very important if you're getting into the world of options selling or options buying, honestly, too. All it is, in simple layman's terms, is a measure of fear in the market. The VIX rises when people are panic selling. That's it. And the more technical term, it is the increase in the cost of put premium. If you're buying long puts, that means you're shorting the market, right? So those become more expensive. So when you inverse that mentality, options selling, I get more money when I sell cash secured puts now. Because now with the VIX at 22, there's more fear in the market. On that fear index that people always post on Twitter and X, it's extreme fear, which to me, this is not extreme fear. Talk to me when we're at VIX 30. Just for reference, when the April tariff tantrum, when people got liquidated and margin called and Bill Ackman was crying like a little bitch, begging, Trump, please say something to save my portfolio. VIX hit 60. So that just shows you how unprecedented that move was. And if you bought during that event, if you bought shares, if you bought calls, if you sold aggressive put options, you made out like a bandit. Remember, I made in an earlier video, I was down 400K in my portfolio and I was a little handicapped. I couldn't buy too much. But fast forward, it was like I don't even know, it was like a $600,000, $700,000 swing for me. It's just a reminder that when it's max fear, it's always a buying opportunity. Buy the fear, sell the greed. So let's do some rapid fire put options. Because I've been waiting, even though I did a lot already, I want to demonstrate to you guys about how nice and badass it is. Let's do Tesla again. So December 19th, If you look here, it's not even up that much. I expected it to be higher. That's not even, oh, because of the VIX crush. So actually the shareholder thing, that was an event. It's kind of similar to earnings that yesterday, if you looked, all the option costs and premium was kind of elevated. But since now we know that the Tesla vote got through, now we have a VIX crush, and now everything is just not worth as much. So Tesla's a bad example today. Let's not do Tesla. I think we should just do SPY. Good thing about SPY and QQQ options, they're open till 4:15 p.m. and there's just so much ridiculous volume. You're always gonna get filled. So we went to SPY, and rule of thumb, 45 days. So if you look at this, look, you see that percent change on the very far right in our puts column? This means these are like this, 355. This is 100% higher than if some schmuck sold it yesterday, which I probably sold some yesterday, so I'm down probably on those. If it's worth 100% more, shouldn't I sell it today, even though the market's down? That's the silver lining of being an option seller. People are, you know, salivating, option sellers like Bobby, he's probably salivating to sell puts because it's been just suppressed this whole time. It hasn't been worth it up until now. So let me sell 2 of these. I'm gonna get 20. This just means I bet that the SPY will be above 355. They're gonna give me $28. So to make it more interesting for you guys, let's do 490.69. That's up 39% today. Why not? And I don't think this takes any buying power for me because I have long put options. But again, this is very unlikely to happen. But they're still gonna give me $70. So if you go up the chain, someone asked before, do I typically sell 0.01 delta? Yes, I do. Because it's literally free money, knock on wood. Unless a black swan event happens, these are gonna expire worthless. I'm gonna post my realized gain loss for 2025 because I just want to maintain that transparency. I have like a 99% win rate with option selling. Any losses is from my swing trading, but my option selling, since I'm so conservative, and it saved my ass again back in April, that 99% win rate when it's trading, I guess, if option sellers is still considered trading, isn't that really awesome? And people will sell like 0.30 delta, which is in my mind way too aggressive. But let's look at an example, like 645, you get $1,000 for selling a 645 strike. This one, like right here. And I don't like to do that because then I have to manage it. I gotta stress about it. I don't have time to deal with that shit. There's a small chance we have a Black Monday, so I don't want to go too aggressive. Let me sell some QQQ. I'll go slightly more aggressive. So this 400 strike, December 19th. It's up 56% today. So let me sell that to people. Now people are FOMOing into long puts. So I'll sell that to you at a premium. That one did not fill. Sometimes it doesn't fill right away, so you have to just lower. That one filled. Oh, I want to sell some coin. Again, like if you guys notice, there's a great rotation going on. Look at all the crypto plays. Even though they took a shellacking, they're like up. Look, coin, green. Conel is just a leveraged coin. Look at G-Link, it's up. Link is up. Games, Intel is up, even though it's not crypto, but that's very telling as well. BMNR is up today. So even, like again, all the people, they got greedy buying Robinhood and Palantir and Nvidia and AMD. So those are taking a beating. And low key, under the hood, under the radar, it's flowing into the small caps, the garbage, and the crypto altcoins. Because they got capitulated just a few days ago. Link hit like 1350 and people probably got liquidated to our margin. So that's what they do. If you were insider bastard who could control the market because you had enough money and volume to move the market, what would you do? I'm going to crash crypto, get everyone to panic sell, I'm gonna scoop it up, and now I'm gonna crash Palantir and the other shit. When people are panic selling, I'm gonna pump crypto when no one's paying attention. That's what they do. It's just if you just ignore all the noise and headlines and mainstream media bullshit, You just see what's going on, follow the money. I want to sell coin puts because I'm very bullish on coin, and Great Matsby has said for the longest time 270 is a strong support, and we didn't touch that. Well, we came close enough. I think we hit like 280. Let's sell 170. Yeah, maybe we can get one for $100. Nope, didn't fill. That's why I love Tesla, because you always get filled. With these other lower volume stocks, you get screwed on the bid and still. So that 171 sold. Let me sell another one of these. Not selling. You don't have to force it. If it doesn't get filled, it doesn't get filled. Just wait along. Okay, that one fell. All right, so just in that time, without me explaining stuff, I sold. That's $200 for coin, another $50 for QQQ, another $70. That's like $300 in just that time. And you guys see, because I have this option premium that is guaranteed to expire worthless, I get that option premium up front, and then I use that cash. I still have 86,000 cash, and I use it to buy my favorite long core positions. I'll use it to buy Tesla, I'll use it to buy BMNR, so on and so forth. That's how I've kind of been able to outperform the market these past couple of years. Take advantage of the volatility, sell cash secured puts when the market dumps, and then when the market inevitably recovers, whatever long positions I added to, those you win on both sides. So I just want to reiterate that it is a very valuable tool to just smooth out your performance, and it helps you just understand the movement of the market. I'm still torn. There's part of me that wants to go fully cash and go more aggressive with option selling and see how I can perform. But I think in the end, 99% of option sellers or day traders, whatever the hell it is, they all end up losing money. The story isn't over for me yet. Like, maybe I readily admit that a lot of it was luck, that I'm still managed to option sell for this past several years and I'm still profitable on it, because I could have been wiped out. Better traders than me have been wiped out with option selling. So I don't want to discourage you guys from option selling, but I've said this before. You must recognize the fact that option selling and any sort of day trading in general, 99% of people fail. I equate it to professional poker players. Anyone can play poker, right? But only like the 0.01%, the Phil Ivies, Daniel Negreanu, those guys, they're the only ones that can make a living off of it sustainably. Like, we're fish, they're the sharks. Same thing with option selling and day traders. You might get lucky for a little while, but if you're too aggressive, you don't know what you're doing, you will get blown up. I can confidently say this because I have made every mistake in the book when it comes to option selling. When I first got approved for PMT, that's a max option leverage, I got margin called with Tesla short calls. I got margin called trying to sell naked calls on AMC, an original squeeze. I remember in 2022, I sold way too aggressive cash secured puts on Amazon and Google and this, and I had to borrow money from my brother so I didn't get margin called. So it's just luck and resources and people trusting me enough to not lose their money that I was able to just survive all this. And that experience now adds up into my current final form. You haven't even seen my final form. I inherently know that those trades just before that I demonstrated for you, I don't have to manage them. I'm not gonna get margin called despite I've sold a fuck ton of options. Like, look how many options and positions I've sold today. These are all real trades that I did today. But this is just a reflection of my journey in option selling and knowing what not to do and what to do. And it will become second nature. My point is, if you are going to venture in option selling, know that you will get screwed. Know that you will lose a lot of money. Know that you will be stressed out and there will be sleepless nights. And you're gonna curse that you ever found my channel or someone else's channel saying, oh, try option selling, free money. But if you get through all of that, it is an invaluable tool. And you literally become your own money printer. Like, not even exaggerating. And it suits you if you like math. I would say if you're an emotional person, that's option selling is good for you. Because you know the max profit. It takes it out of the equation. How much profit do I have to take? Oh, when do I do that? It's like robotic for me now. I'm victim to FOMO and panic selling just as much as the next guy. But with option selling, it scratches the itch. It makes me more cool-headed. And yeah, I wholeheartedly still recommend that you guys learn option selling. Remember that it's a tough journey, but it's worth it. And that brings me to another point that I hate them with a passion. These engagement baiting, snake oil salesmen. I saw this post, options with CJ or some shit like that. Oh, cold grind. I mean, look, I'm sure he's good natured and he means well, but he said, oh, with a 100 grand portfolio, you can make more than the average salary, which happened to be like $64,000. Making $64,000 option selling with a 100K portfolio that's just bullshit. Someone might be able to do it if they got lucky as fuck and we're in just a perpetual bull market like we have, but you cannot guarantee those results year after year. If that means they're selling crazy aggressive deltas and it only works when the market keeps going up. If the market is super volatile or is in a downward trend, guarantee you that $100,000 portfolio goes to fucking zero. So don't believe these people. They're all newbies. I'm not saying I'm the best and greatest option seller. Like I'm probably in the lower tier of knowing what I'm doing in the Discord for PMT compared to like an Alex. He's a freaking whale and he's selling like thousands of contracts every week. I don't know what his NLV is. Seb is doing really freaking good. As much as I talk shit about the Zoomer and broccoli heads, he's doing really well. That AI genius big brain coming in handy. Love a profit despite he's hard on himself. He's been in the game forever and he's not going away. He's always slightly off with timing like me, but he always ends up being right. So these guys are cream of the crop and they have a tough time option selling profitably year after year after year. So any noob or idiot on X trying to sell you this stupid dream, they're all full of shit. Don't believe them. Option selling is very, very difficult. I hope I didn't discourage you guys. I would say most people are better off just index investing, set it and forget it. There's a reason that people's portfolio outperform the most active hedge fund traders and financial gurus and advisors. This is just a message to people who are like me, that you're just so obsessed about the stock market. You actually enjoy it. It's like your hobby and you want to learn more about that, the derivatives and the Greeks, and you get pissed that you don't understand when people are talking about these things. This message is for you. If you're obsessed, use that obsession and learn, and it will pay off for you. For everyone else doing it casually, I would recommend don't even bother. It's not worth it. I still wonder if it was worth it for me this whole time to do option selling. I think it was. I hope it was. Yeah, guys, I hope everyone is okay. I joke about the market being red and me making profits, but I don't want any of you guys to lose money. To put a nice bow on it, you followed me along this whole time, back from the first video, blow off top rally, and then that's when the insiders sweep away Cobra Kai style rug pull. And it just all goes downhill from there. But we're still a ways away from that. There's still a lot of money to be made. When you have that blow off top euphoria phase, that's where most of the gains come from. You just have to know that you gotta have one foot out the door. All right, so I think I had enough preaching. I made a new wholesome video game and retro TV and movies channel. I would really, really appreciate it, guys, if you could help me get the ball rolling, because I literally have 0 subscribers and it's very tough to break through to that YouTube algo. And it's a nice outlet if you're an 80s kid. We lived in the best time period ever of iconic movies, TV shows, cartoons, and video games. And I made my first video was just about the fighting game genre, like the Street Fighters and Mortal Kombats. And I have another video I'm working on about TV theme songs. MacGyver and Perfect Strangers for the win. But I would really appreciate your support. It's a nice way for me to stop talking about these corruption and global elites and scumbags. And I'm sure you guys would like to hear me talk about something else every now and then. Just good and wholesome things. I'm not saying that the world sucks right now. I think it's a great place as long as you're not paying attention to all the negativity. But I think the 80s and 90s, it's safe to say, was a very enjoyable, wholesome time for a lot of people, especially in America. So it's nice to just think about it, and maybe eventually we'll go back to those days where we stop hating on everything and just start enjoying stuff before the age of smartphones. But guys, I'll post it here. My other channel is Tech1V Gamer. And again, please like, share, subscribe, and I appreciate it. All right. Tech1V out.